Think making more money makes you rich? Think again. Welcome to Finances with Finn, where we expose money mistakes before.
Hey everyone, I'm Finn and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're exposing some major money mistakes before they have the chance to completely wreck your bank account. We're looking at a pretty startling reality, which is high earners actually facing bankruptcy. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, man, if I just made six figures, all my money problems would magically disappear, well, prepare to have your mind changed. So how exactly does someone pulling in 100 grand a year end up, well, broke? And I'm not just talking about living paycheck to paycheck here, I mean actually filing for bankruptcy. A couple of decades ago, earning 100 grand meant guaranteed wealth. But today, yeah, not even close. Section 1. The six-figure wealth myth. Let's look at a quick hypothetical comparison to kick things off. On one side, we have Sarah, who's earning $58,000 a year, and on the other, we've got David, who brings in a cool $100,000. Ask yourself, who actually has more money? Instinctively, almost all of us would point right to David, but let's look a little bit closer at what's really going on. Because here is the twist. Sarah actually saves 20% of her income. She drives an older, completely paid-off Honda, she usually cooks her dinners at home, and she actively invests. David, on the other hand, saves absolutely zero. He's leasing a brand new luxury SUV, he orders takeout practically every night, and he literally finances everything in his life. One of these people looks rich, but the other is actually becoming rich. Red flag number 1, lifestyle inflation. Think about what happens over the course of a standard career path. Year 1, you get a nice raise. Year 2, an awesome bonus. Year 3, a big promotion. Year 4, maybe you land a lucrative new job. Now, every single step forward in your career triggers this massive psychological desire to spend that new money rather than save it. And here is exactly how that creep just sneaks up on you. Step 1, that raise turns into a slightly bigger apartment. Step 2, the bonus becomes a brand new iPhone. Step 3, that big promotion justifies a quote-unquote much-needed luxury vacation. And step 4, the new job obviously means an entirely new designer wardrobe, right? Instead of increasing their net worth, people just incrementally increase their spending. And you know what the scary part is? Most people don't even realize it's happening. Their lifestyle just quietly expands and expands until every single new dollar already has a designated place to go before it even hits their checking account. They are making more money than they ever have in their lives, but they feel just as broke as they did 5 years ago. Moving on to red flag number 2, the dangerous debt trap. Let's meet Jake. Jake earns $100,000 a year, which, again, sounds amazing, but I want you to really listen to his monthly obligations. Mortgage, luxury SUV payment, a truck payment, student loans, buy now, pay later schemes, a premium gym membership, 5 different streaming subscriptions, vacation financing, furniture financing, and a wedding loan. His paycheck arrives and just utterly vanishes within days. It is completely suffocating. Because the truth is, bankruptcy doesn't usually happen overnight. It's death by 1,000 monthly payments. When literally everything you own is financed, you have zero margin for error. Just one unexpected medical bill or one unexpected job loss, and this entire house of cards just collapses. Which brings us to red flag number 3, playing the status game. Look, we all know social media is basically engineered to make everyone feel like they're falling behind. You see an old friend from high school buy a Tesla, and now suddenly you want one. Someone posts a selfie from the Amalfi Coast, and out of nowhere, a trip to Italy feels like a basic human necessity. It creates a completely false sense of reality. But here is the stark, honest reality of it all. So many people out there are simply financing those lavish lifestyles they post online. You're sitting there comparing your actual, messy, behind-the-scenes life to someone else's shiny new monthly payment. It's a game you literally cannot win because the goalposts are just constantly moving. And that leads us to red flag number 4, no emergency fund. Let's do a quick test of your own financial resilience. Imagine your car's transmission just completely fails today. Boom, it's a $4,000 expense. What happens next? Do you easily pay cash, or do you reach straight for a credit card? The unfortunate truth is that millions of high earners are forced to reach for that credit card, not because they're inherently poor, but simply because they never intentionally built a safety net. It all boils down to this. Income doesn't protect you. Cash reserves do. A high salary gives you this dangerous illusion of safety, but if you don't have cold hard cash set aside for when life inevitably goes wrong, and it will, that high income means absolutely nothing. You see, money problems aren't always math problems. Actually, a lot of the time, they're behavior problems. People love to reward themselves for working hard. They say things like, I deserve this, or I earned it, or, I can always just pay it off later. But eventually, later arrives, and man, is it incredibly expensive. Interest doesn't care how much money you make, it only cares about how long you owe it.
So, how do we fix it? The path to financial freedom.
The answer is remarkably simple, though I know it's not always easy in practice. Spend less than you earn, build a solid 6-month emergency fund, avoid high-interest debt like the plague, invest your money before you even think about upgrading your lifestyle, and crucially, practice delaying gratification. These absolutely have to be your non-negotiables. Doing this really requires us to completely redefine what wealth actually is. True wealth is measured by what you don't see. It's not the fancy luxury car in the driveway or the designer clothes in the closet. True wealth is your savings. It's your investment portfolio. It's having actual options in life. And ultimately, it's that deep peace of mind knowing you are totally secure. So if you literally take nothing else away from today's explainer, please remember this. The salary isn't the problem. The habits are. If your lifestyle grows just as fast as your income does, you are just running on a financial treadmill. And it doesn't matter how fast you run, you're not actually going anywhere. As we wrap this up, really try to internalize this idea. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially free. Looking rich is just a status game played with monthly payments. Being financially free, that is quiet, it's secure, and it is incredibly powerful. I'm going to leave you with one final pretty provocative question. Are you building real wealth, or are you just financing a lifestyle? Take a really hard look at your own habits. Watch out for these red flags and start building your actual freedom today. I'm Finn. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.